Greetings and welcome to beautiful Proctor in the Blackwoods Event Center. Welcome to the Hermantown Area Chamber of Commerce's annual State of the Cities event featuring the mayors and the beautiful cities of Proctor, Hermantown, and Rice Lake. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Kimberly Parmeter. I'm your president and CEO of the Hermantown Area Chamber of Commerce, an organization that is supported by our over 300 plus members in Hermantown, Duluth, Proctor, and Rice Lake, and of course our surrounding townships as well. So on behalf of our board of directors, thank you so much for being here. Thank you truly for taking the time to spend your lunch with us. I hope you're enjoying it. It is a wonderful medley off menu prepared by our wonderful team at Blackwoods Event Center. Welcome to our speakers, sponsors, members, and guests. At this time, I'd like to make a few quick introductions. I would like to take a moment to recognize, I feel it's always important at a large event like this, to recognize our men and women serving in our country. So if you're a veteran or an active part of our military, if you would kindly stand and please be acknowledged, because your service is so important. And I believe we do have a handful in the building. So. Thank you very much. If you're an elected official in the room, I'd love for you to please stand and be acknowledged, from our school board to our city council, township supervisor, House of Representatives, and beyond, including past service. It is an important and tough role to be in, and I would like to acknowledge you at this time as well. And I know we have mayors in the room. Thank you very much for your service to our community. Our Hermantown Area Chamber of Commerce board members, thank you for your guidance and your leadership. May we have any of our Hermantown Area Chamber board members please stand and be acknowledged. Board members. If you've ever been a past board member, if you would please kindly stand and be recognized as well. Oh, come on, Todd. Thank you so much. And to our chamber ambassadors and to all of our members. And if you're a new member, thank you for being here. We've acknowledged that on your name tags today. If you see a new member in the room, chamber members, please welcome them to the chamber with an open heart. We're grateful and appreciative of today's sponsor today for our program, Krause Anderson. I embarrassed him into standing a few moments ago. Todd Mell is a former Hermantown Area Chamber of Commerce board member. He served 2 3-year terms and passed it on to someone else, I guess. So, but we were super excited to have you here. He's also a former chair of our board. Todd will share a few words about our sponsor, Krause Anderson. Thank you, Todd.
So first, I just want to say that I'm always thrilled to be part of these events because I see so many familiar faces, and it's always very engaging and uplifting to see so many great people in a room together. And I'm out of breath already. So I'll read my name now. Good afternoon. I am Todd Mell, Director of Project Planning and Development at Krause Anderson. And we've been providing construction management and construction services in northern Minnesota for decades. And we'll be celebrating our Duluth office 25th anniversary this summer. We are fortunate to collaborate on many notable projects, including the North Star Ford Arena, the Rice Lake Public Works Addition, and the Zenith Apartments, amongst many others. I am proud to say we have a KA team members who work directly with school districts such as Proctor to assist with providing pathways for students to learn about career opportunities in the construction trades. And actually, I'd like to acknowledge Becca Bowman from our office, who does a great job of maintaining our relationships out in the community. So thank you for doing that, Becca. I've been in this role for a short time, but have learned that our core purpose of building enduring relationships and strong communities is at the heart of the KA team and its leadership, and is proven by our community engagement and participation and partnerships. Previously, previously, I was a board member of the Hermantown Area Chamber of Commerce, which is, Kim, embarrassed me already once. In my time there, I realized the impact Rice Lake, Proctor, and Hermantown have on our region. Highlighting these opportunities, or these communities in a forum such as this, emphasizes that working together can accomplish growth and provide opportunity for us all. Thank you for allowing Kay the opportunity to sponsor this fantastic event, Kim. So, thank you.
Cross Anderson. We appreciate your support for helping us make this event possible. So thank you very, very, very much. Let's see here. We've got some other fun things to share with you. Our contributing sponsors. I know I made a note to pull out my flyer here, so I've got it all ready. So I want to acknowledge our contributing sponsors for today's program as well. I built a new house about 8 years ago, and our contractor said, well, Kim, for a few dollars more, you could do this. For a few dollars more, you could do that. So that was kind of the running joke with it. So we built a contributing sponsorship at the end of last year. So it's like our roundup program. So for a few dollars more, you too can be a contributing sponsor, just like my contractor. Our contributing sponsors for today include Metamorphosis CCT, Lake Superior Publishing, National Bank of Commerce, Orthopedic Associates of Duluth, JS Realty, Minnesota Power, Harbor Point Credit Union, Town Square Media, Franz and Bacon Trust, Reliable Insurance Agency, and the City of Hermantown. So thank you all for your contributions. Thanks to Rails TV for recording today's program. It is actually live streaming right now on Rails TV, which is a wonderful partnership with the Proctor School District. It's a wonderful program for these young students that have an interest in broadcasting. So we truly appreciate the partnership with the Proctor School District. It is live streaming, and we will have a recording of this program as well for people who could not be here today. To the Blackwoods Event Center for helping us pull this event together. They put together a wonderful spring medley. We've been here for St. Patrick's Day and St. Urho's Day, and now here we are on did we decide it's the equinox today? Is it the spring equinox? Something like that. So they put together a wonderful spring medley for us today, and boy, I appreciate their support. And I'm going to be transitioning over to run a few things with our tech a little bit later, because I walked in here and the room is all different from our last year, and they built in a beautiful audio and projection system here, so they continue to invest in their business, which is wonderful, and I highly recommend them for all of your events as well. At this point, I'd like to make a few quick introductions to Deputy Mayor of Proctor, Troy Duvall, for graciously stepping in for Mayor Chad Ward. You want to wave and say hi? There you go. We'll do formal introductions in a moment. Mayor Suzanne Herstead of Rice Lake, welcoming her to her new role as Mayor of Rice Lake, and to Mayor Wayne Boucher of Hermantown, who I've had the privilege of working with this event on for years and watching it grow. So thank you for your partnership with this, Mayor Wayne. I truly appreciate it. Also joining us today, we have the Mayor of Duluth, Roger Reinert. When he was running for mayor, he had shared with me his interest and the importance of really truly working together with all of our municipalities in the region towards a successful future. Mayor Reinert, did you want to say just a quick hello?
Thanks, Karen. Thank you for the invitation. I noticed that I was seated at table 1, so that if I need to run home, like out the door across the street, I can do it. So I want to acknowledge Councilor Eric Horsman, who's here, mayors, our deputy mayor. We are committed to being a good partner. There is no regional center in Duluth without a strong partnership within the region. I've had the pleasure of attending all of the council meetings for our newer neighbors, as well as our county boards. That's my personal demonstration of that partnership. And my presence here today is just to uplift that partnership again, so that Duluth as a regional center is integrated with our region. And just to put on your calendars, our State of the City is April 25th at Denfeld in the auditorium. So we'd love to see you. Thank you.
Thank you. We're also very fortunate to have our own Congressman Pete Stauber of Congressional District 8 sharing a video message with us today. You you know you have a special event when your members of your congressman's office reach out to you and say, hey, would you include this as part of your event? So I'm going to pull up Congressman's video, and it's a wonderful 3-minute video welcoming you to the event today.
We love tech, so let's see how this works. I know you all know that.
Hello everyone, Congressman Pete Sauber here. It's great to be with the leaders of Hermantown, Proctor, and Rice Lake. I want to thank you all for allowing me to briefly address you all today. You know, as a resident of Hermantown, I know that the cities represented at this luncheon today are some of the best areas to live and work in northern Minnesota. It's where I chose to build a home, raise a family, and start a small family business. I even had the distinct privilege of serving on the Hermantown City Council for several years. Having this experience, the success of our team truly depends on the hard work of the people in this area. You know, as a legislator at the federal level, I appreciate your partnership as we work together on behalf of our shared community. I rely on all of you to communicate the unique needs of your respective communities, big or small, so I can also advocate for them at the federal level. I view one of the most important roles in my job is to bring federal dollars and investments back here to the Northland. We've had some great successes this past year, whether it was securing the $1 billion in funding for the reconstruction of the Block Bridge or the $10 million for the new air traffic control tower at the Duluth International Airport. This money will go a long way in improving our local economy, and I look forward to working with all of you to identify more local projects that are worthy of federal funding. As a former small business owner, another priority of mine is to create an environment where local entrepreneurs and businessmen and women can thrive. Small businesses across our region are continuing to recover from the economic challenges posed during the COVID lockdown era. So I am working on the House Small Business Committee to enact pro-growth policies that will help these businesses get back on track and reduce the overburdensome regulations on those small businesses. And finally, as a former law enforcement officer, I believe the safety of our communities are paramount. We are fortunate to live in working communities that are largely safe, and that is all thanks to the efforts of our local law enforcement, EMS, and our firefighters. In order to keep it this way, I will continue to ensure that our local law enforcement and first responders have the resources and support they need, in addition to combating the dangerous defund the police rhetoric that we have seen both in Washington, D.C. and the Twin Cities Metro. I will also fight back against any attempts to make our great state of Minnesota a sanctuary state, which would prevent local law enforcement from working with federal immigration authorities. The fact of the matter is that we are seeing more and more illegal immigrants coming into our communities, and not all of them are here with good intentions. In fact, there's 1.8 million illegal immigrants nowadays that we have no idea where they went and what their intentions are. So we need to empower, not prevent, our local law enforcement to partner with federal authorities for the betterment and safety of our communities. I know I've covered a lot, but if I fail to mention a topic or a priority that is of major interest to you, please do not hesitate to reach out. We are here for you. Constituent services is my #1 priority. And as always, I encourage you to use my office as a resource. Again, we are here to serve you. Thank you, and have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, Congressman Stauber's office, for coordinating that video for us. Every community is better off with a strong and growing business community. And one of the most direct ways a chamber can help foster that environment is by advocating for business needs. A Chamber of Commerce's service is broad. Instead of one particular industry or economic sector, we're tasked with the goal of defending and promoting all commerce. Our mission encompasses countless industries. Locally, hundreds of businesses, large and small. In fact, over half of our membership, over 60% have employees of 20 people or less, 20 full-time equivalent people or less, of which 38% of those have less than 10 people. And that's just our chamber membership. Why do we do it? Because where commerce leads, progress follows. This event began as the annual State of the City's address in Hermantown. But as our chamber membership grew, so did the need to share the stories of our region and bring in the perspectives of our area leaders. When we talk of growing or strengthening our region to position the Northland as the best place to own or to grow your business, raise a family, or retire in, we cannot underestimate the importance of these beautiful communities that so many of us call home. Each city on the hill surrounding the Twin Ports adds significant value to our regional appeal, and we think their stories are important to share. Today you'll meet the mayors that lead our important communities that surround the Twin Ports. These towns combine a population of over 18,000 people that live, work, play, pray, and spend dollars in our local businesses. Find out what's on the horizon for these communities, why these towns might be a great place to start or expand your business, and how we all work together to make the Northland a great place to call home. Without further ado, I would like to welcome Mayor Wayne Boucher up to the podium. A few words about Mayor Boucher. He's been the mayor of Hermantown for 15 years, served as a city councilor for 8 years before being elected as mayor. Wayne's also served on city boards and commissions for 18 years before joining the city council, and he retired in 2009 as a 32-year career veteran with the Hermantown Police Department. Pretty great, pretty great. I'm excited. He's a 1971 graduate of Duluth East and graduated magna cum laude from the University of Wisconsin Superior, Go Yellow Jackets, the degree in business administration. Welcome and thank you for your partnership and your leadership.
Thank you, Kim, and I'd like to thank all of the other mayors that are here, including Mayor Reiner. Thank you for coming and speaking. I appreciate your cooperation. Mayor Reiner reached out to all of us in the beginning of this term to express a willingness to cooperate and work together for the betterment of the region. And the actions he's taken since then show that that's not just words. He believes it. He's doing it. We appreciate it. I, of course, am here to talk about Hermantown, the city that I'm proud of. We have other mayors that are just as proud of their cities as I am of mine. And we appreciate them as neighbors and want to work with them also. Hermantown, Minnesota, population is 10,211. Effectively doubled since we've become a city. 34.38 square miles. Total property value, $1.5 billion. It generates $26 million annually in property taxes. Taxable retail sales of $390 million that generate over $35 million in sales tax. We aren't able to calculate the income tax, but your guess is as good as mine. Now, we were incorporated as a city on 1st of 1976. We're only 48 years old. How many of you are roughly 48 years old? That's not very old, is it? I'm a little bit above that, but it's not that old. Since we've been growing, our growth has been mainly based on market factors. The market has encouraged growth in Hermantown, encouraged people to seek out. None of our growth has been stimulated by government efforts. A little bit early on, in 1937, the Jackson Project homes were completed, our first big housing project as a township. The average cost of a home was less than $2,700. Now, there's a lot of those little red brick houses in Hermantown. In fact, I live in one of them. Great bit of history with those. That was a small start, and we have grown slowly over the years. Sometimes the growth has caused complaints from our residents about the stress on services. They worry about fire protection services, schools, and our roads and utilities. I'd like to point out the opposite that has occurred because of growth. Growth has actually allowed us to provide greater services and a higher quality of life. I've got several examples that I'm going to show a circle of answering a need and answering a demand for a certain service, which creates that service, which makes us able to allow more growth in our town. The utilities, when we incorporated as a city, we had 2 miles of city sewer. We connected with the Duluth sewer at the intersection of Haynes and Northwood. Today, we have our own trunk line of 8.5 miles and have over 70 miles of municipal sewer. That sewer has allowed more growth, but it's also taken the pollution out of the ground that was created by all the septic systems that were there prior to that. Snow removal. When we became a city, we didn't own snow. St. Louis County agreed to contract for 2 more years after we became a city, and we finally bought our first road grader in 1978. At that time, with the blizzard, we had to hire dirt contractors to come in with loaders and clear the drifts so that we could get our roads open. If you lived on a road that wasn't a through road, you were probably going to wait 2 weeks to get your road plowed. Look at what we provide today. Fire department and emergency medical services. Now, from 1952 until approximately 1978, our fire department fought fires. There wasn't a demand for medical services then. In 1976, when we formed the police department answered all medical calls with a basic first aid kit, oxygen, and a bag for CPR. It wasn't until about 1978 that the fire department took over that duty. I want to remind you that 15 years ago, if you had a medical emergency at your house in Hermantown, you had to call a 7-digit number, probably had it written on your refrigerator, and you'd wait 20 to 35 minutes for an ambulance to come to the door. That was it. There was no fire service, there was no police service to answer those calls. Most of the medical calls at that time were traffic accidents and heart attacks. There were a very small number of medical calls. As population increased, those calls grew. The first of this year, the city took over the responsibility for our fire department and emergency medical services. We have full-time employees now that operate during the day, Monday through Friday, and paid on-call firefighters that work 24/7 to answer everyone's needs. And I would say that today we offer a higher quality of service for that area than we ever had. It makes the quality of life higher for everyone that lives in Hermantown. Roads and streets. For years, we barely kept up with potholes on some of our city streets. They looked terrible, and there were a lot of safety concerns related to them. We had some through roads like Arrowhead Road and parts of Armstead that got state aid funding to repair. Those were the only ones. We rebuilt a few of those, but we had to be as thrifty as possible in doing that. Today, our city staff has come up with something called a financial management plan. It grows each year as we complete projects. We pick roads that need to be rebuilt, and we do that. Part of that is assessment. We don't like that. We don't like assessing people to fix their roads, but it was a necessary component to make these improvements and to improve the quality of life. Recreation for all. In 1975 and 76, Picker Field was wetlands that was filled with roadkill and road projects. Originally, it was 2 ball fields and a tennis court. Today, we're going to improve and upgrade that with over $3.9 million in improvements over the next 2 years. We rebuilt the Rose Road Ball Field Complex at a cost of just under $1 million in 2018. We added the Wellness Center at about a $26 million cost. We're currently working on adding a second sheet of ice to our hockey. I want to point out that growth has allowed us to provide all of this. Look at the quality of life that we experience, both through services and recreation. Wouldn't be possible unless we have a vision. Sometimes when a developer approaches us and wants to put something into Hermantown, we make them responsible for the infrastructure that they create, that they create the need for. An example of that was Fleet Farm with the building of 2 roads and some traffic signals that they paid for, and we used their increased property taxes to pay them back. I'm pleased and honored to be leading a city that is growing along with our neighbors, growing in a way that provides a very nice, comfortable rural place for us all to live. Thank you all for being here today. Thank you for your support.
I want to make sure everybody can hear everybody in the room. Let's see. Our next featured mayor today is Mayor Suzanne Herstead of the city of Rice Lake. Suzanne was appointed as the second mayor of the city of Hermantown of Rice Lake on April 3rd, 2023. Prior to this appointment, Suzanne served on the council since October of 2015 after Rice Lake was newly incorporated as a city. During this time, Mayor Herstead has served on the Joint Airport Zoning Board, the JASB, right? JASB, and also as a liaison on the Planning and Zoning Commission and Board of Adjustment. Mayor Herstead is still employed, working full-time in the business office of a very busy private orthopedic office, and she stays busy volunteering and fundraising for different organizations involving veterans, church, her son's trap shooting team, and she's got a good shot herself. I think were we out shooting once? I can't remember. Trap shooting, it's kind of fun. Mayor Herstead is married to her husband Tim, and they have 3 sons, Alex, Jake, and Hunter, and their dog Digger. I'm going to pull up the slideshow, but let's welcome Mayor Suzanne Herstead to the podium.
Thank you, everybody, for coming today. While Kim's getting the slideshow set up, I'll do my pointing out at people in this crowd today. And so if I announce you, save me some time and energy and stand up. So first of all, many people are surprised that I have a full-time job besides being the mayor. And so for those of you who didn't know that I also work full-time, my employer is here today. Orthopedic Associates, the administrator, Sheila Hawk, and the Court of Business here today too, so I get to work with both of you ladies every day. Somebody else, 2 people that I love dearly, my husband Tim Herstead and my dear mother-in-law Phyllis Herstead, and they're sitting way in the back. I'm stand up, guys. They're with United Truck Body out of Hermantown, and so I believe that both of these businesses are members for the Hermantown Chamber of Commerce. I also want to thank the Hermantown Chamber of Commerce for inviting me to this event. This is my first time here, and so I didn't know what to expect. Speeches are not my forte, so just bear with me as I muddle through this. We're ready. Okay, so today I want to talk a little bit about what Rice Lake has been doing to prepare for business growth. Your businesses, small or large. We've been working really hard at this to get you guys to move to our city. So, first of all, I think that the whole idea of business, it starts just in every faucet of your city. And that starts with home businesses. Now, we used to regulate home businesses, and we used to make them fill out an application, be seen in front of the Planning and Zoning Board, and then we, a few years ago, just said, let's not do this anymore. So we stopped. We stopped regulating home businesses. As long as as you can keep your business in the confines of your home, come on and just do your business. For the more intense business uses or purposes, we control that with our zoning. Okay, so here we have our map from a 2020 comprehensive plan. You can see in the red there's the commercial zone, and this is pink for those that are colorblind. That's pink. Over here you've got the red commercial and the pink commercial. I'm sorry, mixed use. I'll have a little picture later of what mixed use looks like in case you didn't know what that was. We've got other areas of commercial zoning within our city. Those already have businesses that are already established there. This area is, it's just ready for people to move in and build. So we first of all had to make sure that this area was going to be served with sewer and water. This is recent for us. It's taken many years, many projects, some funded by private businesses, some funded by developers and bonding requests. And so it's taken a long time, but after this summer, we will have sewer and water extended up Rice Lake Road, and then it stops just short of Chalstrom's. Everybody knows where Chalstrom's is, and we have to go fishing here at one point. So it stops right there. And so this area is a huge area, and it's served with city water and sewer, and that is fantastic. Okay, so next we have to look at traffic. We were having businesses that would call up to our city hall after they had contacted St. Louis County. They're denied a driveway to get onto Rice Lake Road, and the businesses were frustrated. They can't get a driveway. Well, it's a controlled access road. The county had stopped issuing these driveway accesses until they could figure out traffic and safety concerns. And so Rice Lake has worked really closely on this project. We just remained involved during that whole planning process. And so it does come with roundabouts, traffic controls, the whole works. But I think in the end it's going to be beautiful, and it's going to allow Rice Lake to have that downtown look that we're looking for.
Okay.
Speaking of downtown. So this is an example of mixed use. So you got the business on the bottom. It's got a beautiful outdoor eating area. And then the living quarters are going to be on top. So that's just one example. It's like a village within a city that you have walking corridors, things like that. And so it's just a fun atmosphere. It's blended with housing. And so I have some pictures of housing examples further on. You can see what that looks like. An aerial view. I love these. I actually put this in here on purpose for those of you who like to figure out which way is north and south. I see your head tilting. I know you're trying to get calibrated. You might recognize Quick Trip and Hermantown. There's Northland and Great Lakes Stone. You guys know this already. It's Quick Trip, Hermantown, Great Lakes Stone, and Northland. And so the area that the photo I borrowed from the St. Louis County, it doesn't expand out as much as I'd like to, where you could see the open, undeveloped areas, but you can kind of see a little bit right in back of Boomtown there. But there's more in back of the Quick Trip area. This area has gotten a lot of focus, a lot of attention, lots of conversations. And this is where we're hoping to put that mixed-use type of neighborhood. All right, so next, we're also getting phone calls about internet. So our southern portion is served by Charter, and the northern portion is copper, very slow, not dependable, and very hard to operate a business off of that type of broadband. And so we have completed our internet phase 1. last year, and we're starting our second phase, a much larger phase 2. That'll be breaking ground as soon as we can get out there. And this will hopefully service most of Rice Lake. There'll probably be some pockets we've got to go back and look at, but we hope to have gotten most of it. I just want to take a break and thank Pat Malley from Duluth Networks. He sent me a text earlier, said he couldn't make it today. He wanted to be here. But if anybody has a chance to meet with Pat Malley to talk about internet, he will take you from layman's to expert. He is just a great source and a great help, especially to the city of Rice Lake. So we're indebted to him. Well, there's a phase 2, sorry. Okay, so I said I was going to give an example of housing. Now, we meet with a lot of businesses, both small and large. They're trying to grow their business. They try to hire that person outside of the community because they need skilled workers, and if they can't find it in our area, they have to go outside of our area to find those skilled workers. All these workers, they come with families and they come with toys. They need homes. And so that's one of the things that is new for our city to be talking about and having these types of meetings. But Rice Lake is committed, and this would be a regional thing where we're trying to figure out how can we bring in these homes into our areas and make it where it's affordable. Affordable as it bringing the cost down to make it affordable for these families to live here. So in conclusion, I just want to thank everybody for listening to me today, and also to offer up if anybody has any questions or you just didn't understand what I had said, please come and see me after all of this. I have our city administrator, Tony Blundell. Go ahead, Tony, stand up for us. If you really want to find out if what I was saying is true, go talk to Tony. But we have small staff, great efficient staff, and I joke about when people go and meet with Tony, if she doesn't know the answer, she can just yell across the room and she can get your answer. So it's just small and very personal. So thank you again for listening.
Budget for AV experts. Till then, wear the hats. Wonderful. Filling in today for Mayor Chad Ward of Proctor is Proctor's Deputy Mayor, Troy DeWall. Deputy Mayor DeWall is a lifelong resident of Proctor and thus has a deep-rooted connection to the people and the issues that shape the community. After earning a degree in business management from the College of St. Scholastica, Troy embarked on a career in business management and ultimately became a successful owner of multiple businesses in Proctor. His first role in public service was a member of the Proctor Volunteer Fire Department, and where he eventually became fire chief and is now retired. Troy successfully ran for city council in 2016 and was re-elected in 2020. In addition to his deputy mayor duties, Troy serves on the city council, the Public Utilities Commission, the Personnel Committee, and the Public Safety Committee. If all this wasn't enough, Troy stepped in to fill the vacancy that had occurred in the city a few years back and accepted the role as interim city administrator. Deputy Mayor DeWall has garnered a reputation for strategic financial visioning and planning for Proctor. Please welcome Proctor's Deputy Mayor, Troy DeWall.
Thank you, Kim, for the introduction, and now you and I have something in common. We both have a score to settle with Mayor Ward for bucking out on us. A couple of tough facts to follow up on City of Rice Lake, City of Hermantown, but I am truly honored. I've been a Proctor guy forever, through and through. So we're going to get started. Ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen, esteemed members of Hermantown Chamber of Commerce, kidding aside, I am truly honored to be here in place of Mayor Ward to discuss the state of our city. As a member of the Proctor City Council, I am deeply committed to fostering an environment where businesses can thrive, create jobs, and contribute to the overall prosperity of not only our community, Proctor, but really the region. First and foremost, I want to express my sincere appreciation for the dedication and hard work that you and the local businesses do for our region. Despite the challenges we've faced in recent times, and your resilience and determination have been inspired. Your ability to adapt, innovate, and preserve in the face of adversity is a testament to the entrepreneurial spirit that defines all of our communities. I am pleased to report that our city continues to show signs of strength and growth. Empty storefronts, spaces that we would traditionally see down Highway 2 corridor, have been built. This increase in business investment is promising. Filling empty storefronts indicates increased demand for commercial space that we have in our city, reflecting a vibrant local economy. It also suggests businesses are thriving and expanding, generating revenue for the community. Our sales tax revenue, which funds streets, parks, and trails, has remained pretty steady. Local sales taxes contribute directly to the community development by funding essential services and provide a sustainable revenue source for local governments, reducing the reliance source for property taxes and enabling them to better address the needs of our residents. One thing that's unique about Proctor, and some of you may or may not know, we have our municipal liquor store. Revenue gained strength during the pandemic, and it has remained strong. You might ask why I highlight this, but this creates revenue for our city. It benefits in several ways. It can be used to help fund public services and infrastructure projects. Additionally, our municipal liquor store provides employment opportunities and can contribute to the local economy by keeping profits within our community. We've been able to maintain modest increase in the city tax levy. Maintaining modest tax levies demonstrates fiscal responsibility on the part of City Council, easing the financial burden on residents and business alike. This approach fosters a favorable economic environment, encouraging investment and growth while ensuring essential services are adequately funded. We've been successful in our competitive grant applications for important infrastructure and equipment needs. Our EDA has been extremely busy. We remain focused on attracting new businesses and housing investment, fostering smart land while using and maintaining our small town feel. Proctor is unique to our neighbors in that we have I-35 frontage, which we all know has its challenges and opportunities. Of course, our work is far from over. We must remain vigilant and proactive in addressing the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead of us. This includes addressing workforce development needs, more specifically, workforce housing. Housing is challenging for all of our communities, and I personally invite you to reach out to the City of Proctor with any ideas or suggestions. In closing, I want to express my gratitude to each one of you for your contributions to areas of economic success. Your hard work, dedication, and entrepreneurial spirit are what make our community truly special. Together, let us continue to build our successes and work towards a brighter, more prosperous future for all. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, everyone. I hope that you had a chance to hear a little bit about what's happening in our local communities, our communities on the hill, as I affectionately call them. And what I think another important piece of this is to get to know our leaders, to reach out to them, to reach out to their administrative offices, to have those conversations, to find out what it takes to start your business or grow your business. in that particular community, whether it's Proctor or Hermantown or Rice Lake or one of our townships. Find out more. They're accessible to you, and we want you to embrace that and continue to grow your business. So with that said, we are about to wrap up our State of the Cities event for today. Again, I'd like to thank Klaus Anderson for being our sponsor. We are going to, I'd like to bring up the prize control from the Hermantown Area Chamber of Commerce. Would you, Olivia and Brooklyn, bring up our items and our drawings? So.